Yes, people, welcome to another video. Okay, so as you all know, we're still in a pandemic. Everyone's in lockdown yet again, and so we've got plenty of time on our hands. So I've decided to go back and just look up all the stuff that I have missed, try to catch up, react, review. Obviously this video I'm going to focus on travel, because normally I travel quite a lot, but was unable to do it this year, and not sure if it's going to happen next year. But whenever we go back to normal, I want to try and visit some new countries. So I've decided to focus on Africa, and we're talking about modern Africa. We're not talking about that crap they show in the media constantly of well, you know what it is. Yeah, we're trying to go to modern Africa. Yeah, the Africa which is modern, is exciting. It can rival any city in the West or in Asia. We want to try and check out these places. Yeah, to see what it's got to offer. And I know it's out there because people have reported upon it, people have spoke about it, and I'm going to start off with this person here called Drew. Oh my god, so much to unpick right away. Oh my god, he's talking about it's like being black in America. Oh, whoa, rewind. Drew, I believe you're from America. How can you say such a dumb statement? You know, if you're black in America, people are killing you. There's a whole movement which is transferred across the whole world because people are getting killed just because they're black. And how does that equate to your situation in traveling? Come on. You gotta do better than that, my friend. You gotta do better than that. So that was one point. The other point, you said it's Asian in Europe. Yeah, I don't know. Hispanic in Australia. Again, it's not really. If it is a thing, it's a very minute thing. It's not a big thing. Okay. The bigger problem we have in Australia is the Aboriginals. Now, if you're Aboriginal in Australia, I will get where you're coming from. But Hispanic and that's more America than Australia. Get it right, please. Okay, let's see what else he's got. Okay, so two things to unpack there. One, you said you're stopped by police and they had to give them money. Okay, obviously you're talking about corruption with local officials, whether it be police people from the airport. Okay, these are local officials. Okay, corruption within local government, the police force. This is a worldwide problem. Yeah, it's not specific to just Africa. Okay, again, Africa is made up of 54 countries that you said in the beginning of your video. What was the second thing? You said all eyes on you. Now, all eyes on you because guess what? You're in Africa. Okay, you're a white man. You're going to a lot of the places which are not the usual tourist hangouts. You're traveling amongst the people on the buses and whatnot. That's cool. That's good for you. It means you're integrating and getting to know the real population, and not just going and isolating yourself in a compound which is just designated for tourists. So you are gonna get eyes on you. You're vlogging, my friend. Yeah? Plus the fact that you're white and you are red, you have a lot of red complexion, red beard, hair. You don't see too many red. I mean, you're even in your own country, redheads are considered rare. Come on, where have you been? It's like you've just come out of the womb. You should know these things. You've traveled, I'm sure, quite a bit before you got to Africa. I'm sure it wasn't your first destination. Also, check out what this guy has to say. He does videos about new YouTubers and vlogging, and see if you can recognize the point that he's making here.
Okay, another key point about shooting is don't be afraid to vlog. If you're out in public, people are gonna look at you. It is what it is. You're holding a camera in front of your face and you're pointing it at yourself. People know what vloggers are nowadays. Like, you'll be in situations where people will be like, oh, it's a vlogger. Just don't be afraid. And that's like a key thing here. When you're being a vlogger, you can't be afraid to shoot things. You just gotta shoot everything. And if something happens, something happens. If someone tells you to put down the camera, we'll put down.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm a walking ATM machine that has money to give to everyone. Oh my, where do I start on this? Unpicking this foolish statement. Walking ATM machine that has money to give to everyone. Listen, if that was the case, your camera would be gone, your phone would be gone, you will be fleeced dry, you'll come back without a penny in your pocket. Come on, stop making such ridiculous statements. Obviously, you're walking around, people obviously are going to be curious, like I said before, because you look unusual. You're white, you have red hair. That's an unusual complexion that people are not used to on a daily basis, even if they do see white people. But if they don't, then obviously you're going to be curious, doubly for the fact that you're white, but also you have red hair, red beard. On top of that, you're carrying camera and everything else in front of you. There's lots of things that make you stand out, so that shouldn't be an issue. You being an ATM machine, what's that all about? No, people are not looking at you as an ATM machine. You know, like we said before, you may get corrupt local officials who are looking to extort you for money, which we said happens in most countries that you go to, and that is not right, and please, it's a bad look. Yes, and even saying that, Drew, I do believe when you do report it or you highlight it and the supervisors or the managers of these people find out, they are reprimanded and they make sure you get your money back. Stop making outlandish statements and then putting it up on YouTube for everyone to see. And once you get confronted about it and you change your mind, I'm sure you've been confronted about this, and you've changed your mind slightly, you still haven't taken down the video. So come on, what's the problem? What the hell is happening? I'll tell you what the hell is happening. If you go to a market, for example, markets are very busy places in Africa, so like every busy place around the world, in London, when you're on Oxford Street, it's very busy. What do the police tell you to do? They tell you to look out for pickpockets. When you're in New York on the subway, same thing. Yes, any busy area where there's huge crowds, the authorities would say, be careful, don't have your goods on display. Make sure you tuck away your chain, if you have one, your watch, your wallet, make sure it's secure, because pickpockets will be around. That's no different to busy market in Africa, where you stand out and pickpockets, you attract them. I'm sorry, it's the same thing. No different. No different. You gotta be fair. I'm sorry, you're not being fair. Phone for 2 seconds. This guy. There's no way you could use a phone for 2 seconds. It's impossible. I basically ask anyone out there, I challenge you to pick up a phone and use it in 2 seconds to call a friend of yours. It's impossible. You don't use a phone for 2 seconds. So again, you're talking ish, my friend. Now, using a phone in Africa is expensive because data is expensive. Okay, you don't know the circumstance of the person that you borrowed the phone from. You know what I mean? They're not rich. How do you know they're rich? Just because they have a phone? You know what I mean? You're using up their data. I mean, you should be thankful the guy gave you the phone. Listen, come on. Again, you gotta know your audience. Data in Africa, for some people, is a very, very expensive. It's not cheap. You taking a phone, calling your friend, using up all his data, and then giving it back and smiling and saying, that's it. No, come on. You shouldn't even allow him to ask for money to use his phone. Because if you did your due diligence, you would know the situation with phones and data in Africa. Again, you haven't done your research. You come across as quite ignorant for someone who's quite well traveled. Oh my God, this Drew. Oh my God. Another loaded statement, false statement, yet again. Okay, so let's unpack it. So, discriminated against because you were white. Nope, it's not because you're white. It's because you're rich. Okay, you're rich. You're a tourist from other parts of the world. They can see that just by the way you're walking. You're walking with a big camera, doing your vlog. I'm sure you have other equipment there and so forth. So it's not because you're white. Okay, Black Americans have gone through the same thing. Black Europeans have gone through the same thing. I myself have gone through the same thing. Situations where people at airport are trying to scam you for money. All you have to say is no. You don't have to give them a penny. Yeah, like you said, you need to be more assertive. You need to know where you're going. You need to know what to do and not what to do. The fact that people are asking, it doesn't mean you have to give. If you know it's not part of official business, why are you doing it? Second thing you mentioned is taxis doubling the price of their fares. Now, anyone who's travelled across the world, gone on holiday to America, Europe, Asia. I mean, I even had this conversation yesterday with a friend of mine where they're getting scammed in Italy. The taxi drivers are charging them more than they should just to go from the airport to their house. And then a friend of theirs came and they got even charged more money. So this happens anywhere. It could happen in Europe, it could happen in America, it could happen in Asia, and of course it could happen in Africa. This is not an unusual situation. Why are you always trying to make out that these things happen only in Africa and nowhere else? That is not the case. Stop doing that. Yeah, that's bullshit, man. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. Yeah, none of your black American fans would ever experience this in Africa. That's absolute bullshit. Ask people that vlog, that have been to Africa, if this happens to them. They would categorically say yes. Yes. They can smell you as soon as you step off the plane that you're not one of them. Doesn't matter if you're white, black, or Asian. People have made videos on this. They said as soon as you walk out, they can smell that you're not from there. You don't live there. So therefore, you must live overseas. Yeah? In relative terms, you're richer than they are. And it's a fact. You are richer than they are. So they would do whatever they can to try and make some money. It's called hustling. People are gonna do what they gotta do to survive, you know. And if they come across a rich person from America, Europe, England, France, man, they're gonna hustle you. That's just what it is. Yeah. If you're strong, assertive, then you can pat them away. But if you're weak and gonna fall for every hustle that they're gonna come across, then obviously you're gonna be giving out lots of money. But be strong. But don't say it's because you're white, because that's not true. And don't say that black American friends wouldn't experience the same thing, because I guarantee you that they have. Such statements are so damaging. Yeah, you need to do your research before you make such huge, big, bold statements, because they are not true. And you're causing damage. Oh my days. Okay, so the idea was to watch a vlog in Africa to try and inspire me to go to Africa, into different countries in Africa, modern side of Africa, and this guy he's done. He's given me none of that. Okay, he's given me complete falsehoods every step of the way, making generalizations about the whole of Africa because of certain countries that he's been to, and yeah, it was painful to watch, basically. So, in conclusion, I would say for anyone that was doing these kind of vlogs, please do your research. And when you're talking about Pacific countries, talk about Pacific countries that you've been to and where you've had problems. Okay, don't put in the thing Africa. Yeah, Africa is made up of 54 countries. Yeah, so your experience in 1, 2, 3 or 4 countries isn't the whole of Africa. Yeah, let's get that straight. Okay, now this guy, the way he was speaking, it did feel like he was reading a lot. So if you're reading, it means that you've thought about what you wanted to say, you've written it down, and then you read it out during the video. So you have basically a script. So if you have a script, it means you should take a little bit more time and do yourself a favor and do some research. Educate yourself on the points that you're speaking of, because I counted 5 or 6 statements which were clearly not true. Taxi prices, yeah, that happens everywhere. Pickpockets when you went to the market, happens everywhere. Asking someone to use their phone, well, data's expensive, so if he's asking you to pay for it, well, what's the problem? People staring at you, well, you're white, you have red hair, red beard, you have lots of equipment on you, pointing at people. What do you expect? You're a vlogger, you're vlogging. What's the problem? Corrupt officials, as I said previously, corrupt officials are everywhere. We can't get away from them. It's just the nature of the beast. But I do concede on that point that there are just a bit too many on the lower level when you go to certain countries in Africa. Yeah, certain countries, not every country. If you did your research, you'll find that there are vlogs out there where people have found officials to be kind, caring, happy, smiling, and don't ask for any bribes or anything like that. So again, don't give out misleading information because it makes your vlogs look disingenuous. Yeah, it's fake news, as your ex-president to be would say.